And the same, that thing is not there in other people's sheep and their goats. And Halima radiallahu anha and everyone in that town now was sure that this is the barakah of this boy. By taking Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Halima as-Sadiya took all the barakah into her house. This was by accepting Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Taking Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam into her house. This barakah was not limited to this. If we go into the history and the seerah, we will see that how the clan of Halima benefited from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam being raised in that area. Not only this, even afterwards, when Islam started growing, there was a time when some people from a clan were captured. They were fighting the Muslims and they were captured. A woman came to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Says, Muhammad, I'm your foster sister. When Halima was taking care of you, my parents handed me over to Halima also at the same time. And Halima is our mother, my foster mother and your foster mother, so I'm your foster sister. And then she says, the sign of it is, I have a mark. Once we were playing, and while we were playing, I was carrying you, so you got upset with me for some reason and you bit me on my shoulder. And she showed him that, see, there is a mark on my shoulder from your teeth biting me at that time. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam put a sheet for her. He made her sit on it. She said, okay, tell me, you want to stay here and I keep you as my sister and I will give you everything that a brother can do for a sister, or you want to go back? She says, no, I'd rather go back. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent her back, and the whole clan benefited from her because of her. So subhanAllah, so much benefit that clan kept on getting throughout. And up to this day, if someone would know that this person is from the children of Halima Sa'diyah, we will still have respect for him. Every Muslim will have respect for them, that this is from the children of Halima Sa'diyah radiallahu anha. Although 1400 years ago, Halima was the foster mother, but still up to this day, their barakah is there, and anyone would see someone from that family, from that clan, who will have respect for them. Not only this, I remember this past Hajj, I was sitting in a taxi, and while I'm talking to the person, he told me that he's from the offspring and the children of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu. I said, subhanAllah, we benefited so much from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu. Whatever I had in my pocket, I said, take all of this is yours. Just, it's part of our respect for Sahaba Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in, our love for them, that we respect them. I told him, and if any time you have any need, here is my phone number, call me. And this is the least we can do. And this thing is nothing. This dunya is nothing. What are we going to do by giving them a few dollars? We got the hadith through them. So, this is the barakah that they got. Then we see Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as he grew up. He spent some time in Makkah Mukarramah. And as he started his da'wah, the people of Makkah rejected Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And finally, he was asked to do the hijrah and he went to Medina Munawwara. The people of Medina accepted Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam at a time when all others rejected him. You see that all the barakah now was taken to Medina Munawwara. There are so many villages, so many towns, so many places around Medina Munawwara, between Makkah and Medina. We don't even care about those places. But from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam up to this day, what do you estimate would be the number of people who have visited Medina Munawwara? What took all of that barakah over there? Of course, when there are millions of people visiting Medina Munawwara every year, that helps them in every way. Of course, the economy of Medina is getting better. The people over there are getting support. They are getting help. So, I mean, it's helping them. Now when we see that the buildings around the Haram, they're worth millions of dollars. All of them, many times we complain also about it, that, these rich people are making it as a business, whatever. But if we have the opportunity, we will try to buy one of those too. But the point is, this value of those buildings being millions of dollars, what gives it that value? Where that value comes from, you just move from there, 100 miles away from there, you get the land for free. It's all desert. No one wants to live there. What gave all of this value to the land of Medina Munawwara? It's just Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam's grave being there, his masjid being there, that he immigrated to Medina Munawwara. People of Medina accepted Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam 1400 years ago. We still see barakah in Medina Munawwara. And what type of barakah, subhanallah, there is no comparison to it. The people who helped Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in Medina Munawwara are called Ansar. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua for them. Allahumma ighfir lil Ansar. Ya Allah, forgive all Ansar. Forgive all of them. وَلِأَبْنَاءِ الْأَنصَارِ. And forgive the children of Ansar. وَلِأَبْنَاءِ أَبْنَاءِ الْأَنصَارِ. And forgive the grandchildren of Ansar. Subhanallah. They are getting dua for themselves, for their children, for their grandchildren. Up to 3 generations, they got the dua of maghfirah from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And when we say dua of maghfirah from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in simple words, it's an intercession from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on these people's behalf. He is interceding on their behalf to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, forgive them, forgive their children, forgive their grandchildren. Whatever they do. Forgiveness is for sins. Whatever they do, forgive them, Ya Allah. How did they get that? By accepting Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam into their town. They brought the Prophet of Allah into their town. They got all the barakah. Imagine if people of the world knew at that time how much barakah it is to have Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with you. Who would not take Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to his town and to his home? At this time when we look at it, I wish I could be in the same town. If I cannot have him to come in my town, I will leave everything and I'll just go and stay where Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would live. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he wrote letters to the rulers of the world. And especially there were 2 superpowers at that time, Roman and the Persian Empire. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent letter to both of those rulers with a lot of other rulers of the world. But the reason I'm mentioning these 2, because these were the top 2 superpowers in the world. And of course, they are very important. When they received the letters, they both had totally different reaction. The Romans, the leader of the the Roman Empire, that was called Caesar, he took the letter of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam very respectfully. And it says in the narrations that he put it on his forehead, then he put it on his hand, he kissed it, and then he asked people to bring him some silk, very expensive for a type of silk. He put it in the silk and folded it in that silk, and then he said, okay, we will think about it later on.